Hey guys, before we start today's episode here on YouTube, you might notice that our cameras are a bit off this week. We're having some camera trouble. I think we've got it sorted out, so it should be back to normal next week, but you might notice that there's a little bit of a lag. Hi friends, and welcome back to The Sesh. I'm Kendall Ray.
And I'm Janelle. Thanks for joining us for another episode. And this is our first episode post-Halloween. So we are no longer have our little cobwebs up.
Yes, happy November, everybody.
Yes, happy November. Hope you guys had a great Halloween, stayed safe, and but still had fun some way.
Yeah, hopefully you guys got to do something at least or celebrate in some type of way, even if that was just at home watching a Halloween podcast.
Which is what we're going to be doing, chilling at home. This is being recorded before Halloween, but when it goes up, it'll be post-Halloween. So I hope you guys had a good time and enjoyed our spooky episodes in October. Really had a good time recording those and having the guys on. It was super fun. So.
Yeah, it was. And now it's Christmas, right?
Now it's Christmas, people. That's fucking right.
Starts on November 1st.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the household that we live in, Christmas lasts for 2 months, people, okay?
And Josh made a big promise that he was going to dress up as Santa and come back.
Oh, that's true.
So look forward to that.
That is true. Yeah,
the holiday coming to town is not over.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Joshua Claus.
But yes, we are going to be testing our political bias, like we said. Actually, a few YouTubers have done this. One being Simply Podlogical's podcast.
Yes, we love them.
We love them. Ben and Christine, shout out to them. And they did a really interesting episode on this, and we kind of wanted to follow their lead. So
yeah, it's an interesting test, and it's not, if you're like sick of politics, we get it.
Yeah.
Also, this is a very spicy week for Americans and for all over the world.
Yeah.
It is election day is coming up, or maybe election day has just passed when you're watching this episode.
Yep.
Who knows what will happen? Just make sure you vote.
Yes.
We, of course, want to remind you guys to vote. Hopefully you already have a voting plan by now.
Yeah, hopefully.
But this test is not going to be about the American political system at all. We're not going to be talking about politics or the election. This test is more of a political scale.
Yes.
Of the entire world. Like they plot Hitler on the scale and they plot Gandhi on the scale. And it's kind of like, where do you fall
like
in between those?
Libertarian.
Yeah. So it has like extreme beliefs to really, really liberal belief. And then we're just going to see kind of where we fall personally.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting because I'm pretty sure anyone in any part of the world can take this because, again, it really doesn't have to relate to specifically American politics, which is why we're doing this, because I know that things are very spicy right now and people have differing opinions, which is totally fine. I want to say this up front that you guys do not have to agree with our opinions, but we feel like we feel comfortable enough that we can talk about our personal beliefs on this show without it getting, too crazy in the comment section, because we understand that not everyone who watches this believes the same thing we do, and that's completely fine. If anything, we really just want to do this episode because we think it's interesting and because of the timing of it. If anything, we just really want you guys to go out and vote. Yeah, if anything, hopefully it inspires you to do that. But again, if you disagree with us, that's okay. We welcome your opinions to also be shared in the comment section, because that's what they are at the end of the day, right? Right. We all have our opinions. Yes. However, with that being said, we're not going to tolerate any sort of like absolute rudeness or just, we don't even need to say it. Just please
no hate.
No hate.
Well, not towards us. I mean, like no hate
towards groups.
Yeah. We just appreciate if you guys keep it in the comments respectful of each other's opinions. And, it's okay to hear another point of view and say, oh, I disagree with that, and still like that person.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like so many of us, if someone doesn't agree with what we think we have nothing in common with them. And we do. I believe that most people do have common ground. And like Janelle said, we do trust our audience enough. We trust you guys to share our opinions. And we also accept yours as well to be shared in the comments. So.
As long as it's respectful and not in like a hateful, shoving your opinion down other people's throats type of way, because that's not cool. And that's certainly not what we are here to do today. Of course, any bullying in our comment section, you will get banned from this channel. Yes, for sure.
But that's on all episodes. Yes. Anyway, should we get into some spicy news of the week?
Yes, we shall. However, before we do that, we do want to announce that after we film, so when we're recording this this episode, it's before Halloween, so therefore our costume and pumpkin contest is still going on. But we're gonna do like a little recording on Sunday when the show actually goes up, to throw in at the very end of this episode, letting you guys know who won the contest. So
and ranking all of the runners up.
Yes, exactly. So stay tuned for that at the end of the episode if you want to know who won. And we're giving away, what are we giving? Starbucks gift cards? Yes. Is that what we decided?
Yes. And I meant rating, not ranking.
Yes. Rating. Yes. But yeah, we're super excited for that. So just wanted to let you know a little update before we get into our spicies. But let's go ahead and get into spicies. First up being Kim K turns 40.
Spicy.
Which, I mean, right off the bat, it's like, okay, who cares? Kim K turns 40. But she threw herself a little party that has got quite some criticism.
A little party.
Well,
first of all, she's been celebrating the whole month.
Yeah.
Which I get it. 40 is a big birthday, and I'm not going to hate on anyone for celebrating their life's accomplishments. Yeah. But I will say, I just want to, aside from all of this, don't you think it's odd how everyone is so obsessed with people's birthdays now? And I really think the Kardashians have started this trend of going all out with kids' birthdays, their own birthdays, holidays, any type of party. That's how they show their money off nowadays. It's like not about the cars and the jewelry. It's like, we know they have all that.
Right.
Parties. We are going to do the most ridiculous parties. We want remember she had a snow hill one time. They brought snow into LA.
She's had an ice skating rink in her house.
They all do the craziest, like, baby showers too. They all compete with their baby showers. I think they're all very competitive with each other too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Party is the biggest.
Yeah, totally. I agree. The Christmas Eve parties. But yeah, I think it is a way to show off, and not just the Kardashians, but just I think people in the public eye enjoy, like some really big influencers even. I feel like it's always about who can throw the best parties. And like,
I've noticed that too.
The birthday, the classic Instagram pic with the big blow up balloons of how old you are. Like, who the fuck did that back in the day? Like, no one ever, it was like blow out some candles with a cake, get a few presents with your friends, like maybe get a nice group picture. But now I agree. It's like a whole event almost.
So excessive.
I agree.
I guess when you're Kim Kardashian and you're basically an enterprise and you hire all these people, I guess a lot of people care about your birthday enough to warrant that type of thing. But her party started back in early October. They did like a throwback birthday party, but then she threw her own birthday party and surprised her friends.
Yes.
With a trip to where?
Tahiti.
With
her closest inner circle.
Oh, the inner circs.
Yeah, which is, okay, so basically her friends and family had to quarantine and were tested prior to going to the island, so that everyone, was safe and COVID free, and that basically they wanted to go to this private island so that they could live a, quote, normal life again and be able to forget about coronavirus and not have to worry about the pandemic for one day, which is like, that's so wonderful that you have the privilege to do that.
Yeah, and it's been so hard for you. You have to escape your reality because you've been barely getting by.
Right.
Yeah, it's really obnoxious.
God, so many people would die to live her quarantine life even. I know. Like, are you kidding me?
So she was like, hopefully we can get back to some normalcy or we can have some normalcy. It's just really tone deaf and weird. And honestly, if I was super, super rich and this was all going on, maybe I would want to do the same thing. I'm not hating on her for having money and being successful and spending it the way she wants.
No.
But it's like, if I did that, I would never post pictures of it.
Right.
Why are you posting pictures of it? It's the constant showing off.
Yes.
It's all for the likes, the clout, the just being able to say I'm richer than the next person.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And she kind of, I don't know, I think she meant to kind of do a little bit of damage control because she said feeling so humbled and blessed. Like, I think she was trying to be
as
like,
a reply to the tweet.
I'm very, realizing that she's very privileged and that not everyone gets to do this, but like, just because you're acknowledging that doesn't mean it's okay to now go ahead and brag about it for the next 30 posts about everything that you got to do. I mean, these tweets are pretty interesting. I'll put them on the screen, but a lot of stuff, it was like, before COVID, I didn't think any of us truly appreciated what simple luxury it was to be able to travel and be together in a safe environment. Like,
oh my God.
After 2 weeks of multiple health screens and asking everyone to quarantine, I surprised my closest inner circle with a trip to a private island. We could pretend that things were normal for just a brief moment. We danced, rode bikes, swam near whales, kayaked, watched a movie on the beach, and so much more. I realize that for most people, this is something that is so far out of reach right now. So in moments like these, I am humbled and reminded of how privileged my life is.
If you're so humbled, you would not post it.
Right.
Because you know it's going to hurt other people.
It just makes me really upset when 225,000 people have died just in America. and you're running around bragging about all the shit that you can do because of the fact that you have money and fame. Again, I'm not hating on her because she has money and fame. That's not what I'm trying to do here. If you want to throw yourself a party, fine.
She does work very hard.
Do what you want to do. Like, I'm not here to tell you how to spend your money. I just think it's lame that you're posting it on social media when we're in a crisis as a country.
It's just tone deaf. It's stupid. It seems like someone should have told her, like, hey, best keep this off.
Exactly. Right.
It's just not a good idea.
No. And people said that. I mean, right away, she was getting major backlash. Like, people on Twitter were pissed.
Yeah. Do you want to read some of the replies?
Yeah. So one of the people that replied to Kim's tweet said, the last thing this tweet does is say, quote, grateful and humble. Families are suffering, have lost loved ones, and haven't seen family members since March. Children are separated from their parents. Not a time to be showing an island retreat. Quite tone deaf, which I agree with. Someone was like, glad to see the Kardashians are thriving, while the rest of us desperately need a fucking $1,200 bare minimum stimulus package that's never coming in order to try and make ends meet.
This one said, good for you. I lost 4 months of pay. I'm still tied up with unemployment and have seen a significant drop in future earnings as well. I'm helping my daughters with childcare and virtual school for my granddaughter. Still haven't even gotten my 2019 tax return. Glad you had fun.
So people were pissed. But the thing that sucks is that this morning, Wednesday morning, when we're recording this, she basically just kind of ignored all of the replies and decided to tweet out another picture of her and her friends, and it was, or her and her sisters, and it said, girls just want to have sun. So it's like, don't act like you don't see all these people hating on your shit. Like, why do you have to keep, like, you're literally just putting salt in the wound.
I don't think they really care. I just don't think they care. I think they know that whether their attention is negative or positive, she's realized all attention is attention, and it's good for her brand, and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And she just sees it as probably people being jealous and hating and stuff.
Yeah.
Who knows? She might not have service in Tahiti. Maybe she doesn't know about all the backlash.
LOL. I'm sure she has service in Tahiti.
I'm just kidding. But also, on a side note, I just want to say this picture of them that they all posted in their bikinis, like, it's so hard, or it's so easy, I guess I should say, to compare yourself to these women. And they're everywhere. I mean, you can't like breathe without seeing the Kardashians naked somewhere.
No, it's like insane. So true. We're not against people having work done to their bodies whatsoever. Like, you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want and spend money on on implants or plastic surgery or literally whatever you want. But I agree in the fact that it's important that we remember that they did do that in order to get that result.
That's all I'm saying.
They've had work done in order to get that result, which is fine. And I think a lot of times we easily forget the fact that they are celebrities with gobs and gobs of money and the access to the best doctors and the best surgeons and the, you know, and they know the best angles, and they have the best photographers, and they have the best editors. I mean, they have the best of the best of the best.
Maybe. Well, maybe, yeah. Because we did find a bit of an editing mistake, guys, in these pictures. So one of the pictures that they posted from the Tahiti island has totally been photoshopped, okay? So we're going to put it up on the screen.
It's so funny.
Sydney actually noticed it, our producer, or our camera mod, I should say. Janelle is the producer of the show. She does edit the show.
She does run all the cameras.
Yes. But she noticed that Kendall's dress, it's like a spaghetti strap dress. It looks like a nice normal dress, but they photoshopped the picture so the strap is not connected anymore. It's like a part. You can tell they like either made her boobs bigger or they adjusted Kourtney's hair. Something was done.
Something happened.
Because that is not right.
The spaghetti strap is now like 4 inches away from where it's supposed to be connected.
I'm sure all of their photos are heavily, heavily edited. And it's important to remember that in the age of social media. And it's not just them. Like you said, influencers, it's tons of people do this, but God, you'd think they'd catch their mistakes. I'm sure it's someone's whole job to edit their photos.
I know. No, for real. I agree. It's pretty hilarious. But yeah, that's kind of what we have for the Kardashians.
Let us know what you guys think about the whole Tahitian island. And if you had that kind of money, and would you go? And if you did go, would you post it? Let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, though, on Mr. Spicy Topics here.
Spicy.
So I was a little late.
No, it's good.
We're like waiting.
I'm like, come on, spicy topic. No. The next one is going to be about voting in America. Obviously, we know that an election is coming up. We've already discussed this. And particularly it's going to be probably delayed. The results could be delayed quite a bit. We just
that would happen in 2020.
I know, right? In 2020, it's like, oh, your election's screwed up. Sorry. And it's during Mercury retrograde too.
Yeah, I know. That's the craziest thing. Mercury retrograde ends the day after the election, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it does. Ooh,
so if you're not familiar with that, there's often communication issues and travel issues and things get lost.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a bad time for all these ballots to be floating around in the mail.
Right. And obviously because of coronavirus, a lot more people are doing mail-in ballots. And so there's a lot of talk about if you don't get your ballot sent in quickly enough that it, could arrive post-election date, which is okay. They will still take your ballot as long as it's, stamped election date, I believe, or it differs per state. But bottom line is a lot of ballots are in the mail, and it could definitely take a few extra days, up to weeks even, to get the results.
I heard someone on the news, which who knows, there's a lot of idiots blabbing things on the news these days.
Seriously.
But someone had said that it's going to be 2021 before we know. That it could be January with 20 days before the new president is installed.
Oh my God, I really hope that doesn't happen. That's just a lot of stress for this country that we don't need.
Yeah, it's a lot of stress.
Like, no one needs that.
And we want instant gratification.
Absolutely.
America's used to getting these results the night of.
Literally, yeah.
It's a tradition for me to watch it at night and stay up all night until I know, and then think about it all night in my dreams.
And either party or cry, whatever, whatever happens. No, that's so true though. And so now I feel like it's just going to be a big mystery.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say we should hang out on election night and watch shit, but there's no point. We're not going to know shit probably.
I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll be able to kind of tell, I think that they can do a lot of predicting, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't really know if I trust anything until the very end.
In 2020, you really can't.
I know, it's so bad.
It's not over.
They say that even after the early and in-person ballots are counted, a large number of votes could still be outstanding, and only 8 states expect to have at least 98% of unofficial results reported by noon the day after election. So, I mean...
Only 8 states though. That's
not great at all. And then also 22 states and DC allow postmarked ballots to arrive after election day. That's kind of what I was saying. So, I mean, this could definitely get really interesting. Wow. I don't know. Michigan and Pennsylvania, obviously those are 2 huge states for politicians, and both are saying that the full official counts could take several days.
Wow. Damn.
So, and then New York and Alaska will not report on any votes on an election night. That's crazy.
Yeah, New York. Okay, so we're definitely not going to know on election night.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, isn't that so wild to think about?
Yeah, it is wild. It sucks. It's so 2020.
Oh, it's crazy.
I'm just over this whole year.
Oh, also, I think one thing that's important to know is the order in which different types of votes are counted could make one party look stronger at various points in the night. So I think a lot of what we're going to be seeing is, so-and-so's leading right now. Oh, so-and-so just grabbed this large part of this state. They're leading right now, but I don't think it's going to be clear of who really has the ticket.
Okay, so that makes sense.
So yeah, things are looking quite different this year. Really on brand for 2020. Love that. And we're really just going to have to ride this one in and hope for the best, and hopefully we can get our results as soon as possible.
What if we never get the results?
Well, that would really be a fucking problem, wouldn't it?
Were you old enough to remember, or into politics, I guess, when you were younger, to remember, I think it was Bush and Gore. They were down in Florida. They were counting the votes. They didn't know who won that night.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was a big thing for a while of who won. It's still debated to this day.
Yes, no, I know that. Yeah. We're not getting into that right now, people, okay?
But before we take our political bias compass test, which we will link below if you guys want to take it along with us and, find out your own political bias, we do have a sponsor for today, and that is Athena Club.
Yes.
In the past, I've had really bad razors and it leaves me with little bumps on my legs, or I cut them. Sometimes I'll forget to buy the little replacement head and I'm using a dull one over and over.
Yes.
And
I'm it's fine. Good. I can use it one more time as I chop my leg up.
So none of that will happen with Athena Club. And one thing that I love about Athena Club is they have an excellent razor. This razor is expertly designed with the sharpest patented blades on the market.
And Athena Club razors are actually the only razors that are designed with hyaluronic acid. And that's something that's very popular on the market these days. And I really enjoy that ingredient.
It's a great ingredient for moisture.
Yes.
Also, their cloud shave foam is awesome. I got a really good shave. My legs still feel smooth and it's been like 3 days. And they have this dewy body lotion that's just smooth, but not too heavy. And the best part about their razor kit is it's only $9, which includes your choice of razor handle color. And these look really pretty, okay? I got a pink one. It looks great in my shower. It has a little magnetic thing you stick on the wall so that it stays there and it's not like flopping around in the shower or getting all gunky.
True that. Athena Club believes that you should never have to stress about what's going in, on, or around your body, and that's why all of their products have gone through a rigorous development process to be completely clean and totally safe. With Athena Club, ingredients and materials for every product are listed on their website in addition to FAQs, so you never have to question what you're getting, which I love. I cannot stand when brands hide their ingredients, or their ingredients are like, and other natural ingredients. Like, I want to know what that is. Shady. Also, you never have to worry about running out of your go-tos again. Athena Club makes it easy for you to customize your delivery times, making it as flexible as you need it to be. You can pause or cancel anytime, and shipping is always free. Stop using razors that under-deliver and switch to Athena Club. Sign up today and you'll get 20% off your first order. Just go to athenaclub.com and use promo code SESH. That's Athena, ATHENA Club, CLUB.com. with promo code SESH for 20% off.
So before you take the test, it has a little disclaimer. And I think it's important you guys hear this because some of these statements may come across as really extreme, but that's the point of this. So please note that this isn't a survey. These are not questions. They're propositions. To question the logic of individual ones that irritate you is to miss the point. And that's how they can show you whether or not you lean towards extremism or moderation on the compass. Your responses should not be overthought. Some of them are intentionally vague, and their purpose is to trigger a reaction in your mind, measuring your feeling and prejudices rather than detailed opinions on policy. So they're very general, broad statements. And one thing that's interesting that you pointed out is there's no neutral. You either have to agree with the statement or disagree, or strongly disagree or strongly agree.
Exactly. Yeah, there's 4 options.
It's kind of hard.
I think they really want to kind of like trigger that in you and make you kind of take a side because I think it's very easy for a lot of people to be like, well, in this scenario and this, and in this scenario this. And so I think they want you to look at it as a big picture and just really kind of take it at face value. So let's get into it.
Maggie's just licking my feet. It's so cute. She has such a soft little tongue.
Oh, she loves licking feet.
Okay, so there are 6 pages, and I think they're kind of broken up a little bit into different like categories. Okay, so the first one says, this is the first page, and it's a few propositions to start with concerning no less how you see the country and the world. So again, we're kind of looking at this as a worldwide view. First question being, if economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations.
I think this is worded a little confusing.
It is.
If you missed it, it's basically just saying, if the world becomes a completely capitalist society, should it be for the corporations or for
the
humanity?
Interest of humanity, right.
Which obviously I think most people would say for humanity. I mean, I guess a lot of people could say corporations. So
yes, I think that there needs to be like some type of, in order for society to work, like I think there has to be some type of like corporate policy. But I definitely believe that in the primary interest, which is what it's asking, should serve humanity humanity. So I'm going to strongly agree with that.
I strongly agree too.
Next one. I'd always support my country, whether it was right or wrong.
Strongly disagree.
I strongly disagree with that. No one chooses their country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. For me, I think that there's nothing wrong with being proud of your country. However, I think it's a little bit silly to be, proud of your country just because you were born there. And I think that, if you really are proud of how your country's being run and the policies that are, in place and how everything's going, then there's nothing wrong with being, proud of where you're from. However, I think there's something to be said about like, I love America just because I'm born there. So
yeah, this one is tough. I think it isn't foolish to be proud of your country. I know a lot of people all around the world are proud of their country and proud of their, things their country is doing, and they have specific reasons. But I think it's foolish to think that you're better than other countries.
Absolutely.
Just because you're born there, because you're a citizen, that you are above someone else. That's a citizen of a country that you think is less than yours.
Yeah.
That's what I think is foolish. But I don't think it's foolish to be proud of it. So I guess I would say disagree.
Yeah, I would disagree too.
But not strongly.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree to disagree. All right. Next one. Our race has many superior qualities compared with other races.
Oh my God.
The fact those words even come in my mouth makes me want to throw up. Strongly disagree.
Yeah, strongly disagree. I think we can all hopefully agree on that one.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
This is interesting.
This is.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Right.
So like, let's say there's someone you don't like in life and someone else doesn't like them. And you mutually can talk about your dislike for this person. Does that mean that means you're friends?
I don't know though, because I feel like I probably wouldn't automatically just trust my enemy's enemy either. I'm gonna disagree.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I kind of agree with that. Like I tend to like people who dislike who I don't
You like people who agree with you. Miss Taurus.
I do.
That's so funny. No.
But I wonder, I mean, on a political scale, I don't think that's what that question means. It probably means in warfare.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
I don't know
enough about that. I guess I'll just go with my gut reaction, which is agree.
But honestly, I think that's a good point that, people read these questions and they can interpret them very differently. Yeah. So it's going to, make the results change, which is interesting. All right. Next one is military action that defies international law is sometimes justified.
That's really hard. Because there's no context, and
there's absolutely no context.
There could be any situation,
right?
I couldn't say strongly either way. It would be agree or disagree.
I think that there could be situations in which,
like if there's a humanitarian crisis or a genocide, right. I think fuck the rules.
Yeah, I agree.
Help the people.
I agree with that.
I guess I would say agree, but there's some situations I wouldn't agree with.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm going to go with agree as well. All right. Last one for this page is there is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment.
So I think what this is talking about, at first I thought it was fake news, but I don't think that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think it's talking about SNL and late night shows like Colbert and all of that.
Putting together funny entertainment with also like very important worldwide information and stuff like that, which I don't know if there's a worrying fusion of that, because I think that a lot of people who are younger have been introduced to such topics because of stuff like that.
Like they wouldn't have looked into the news much if they had not already been introduced on a comedy show.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. Like I would be completely lying if one of the ways that I personally became interested in politics was through like watching Stephen Colbert and stuff. Like he really helped
me too,
because they do, kind of break it down in a way that's entertaining to watch at the end of the day, and people want to be entertained. Like that's not a bad thing. So I don't think it's necessarily like a bad thing. I'm gonna disagree.
I feel like there could be some potential issues with that though. So I wouldn't say I strongly disagree with it. I would disagree, but not strongly.
Yeah. No, I definitely can see the potential for issues for sure.
So the next section we are talking about the economy.
Oh, yes. This is the economy. So the first one is people are ultimately divided more by class than by nationality. This is hard. Again, the context.
That's a really hard one.
Because I feel as though there's truth to both sides of this. I would like to just go neutral on this, but I won't let you.
I think people are divided by class and nationality.
Yeah.
So how do I don't know.
I think people are more so divided by class though.
I think there's more of a difference between the rich, the really rich, and the really poor. So I think it's ultimately more divided by class, but nationality is very close.
Yeah. Same. All right, next one. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. So I'm not like an expert on inflation by any means.
I wish my dad was here. He was an econ major.
Yeah, that would have been nice to have him here. However, I think that,
they're both huge problems.
Right.
How do you pick? Inflation is a big issue.
Absolutely. Well, it's an issue because we're not like keeping up with it, I feel.
Right.
So I don't know if it's as much controlling inflation as much as is controlling how we
pay people,
how we keep up with it, and how we are still, I think it's been like 7 years since the federal minimum wage went up, like something maybe even more than that.
And prices have inflated a lot in that time.
A lot. So I would probably, still disagree with it because the question says controlling inflation. And again, I'm not sure as it's much about controlling inflation as it is like controlling how we react to inflation.
Yeah, I feel like I am not qualified enough to really make a strong opinion on this. So I probably would be in neutral if that was an option.
Mm-hmm. Same.
But I do feel like if you can control inflation, it would help a lot of other issues. Although I really don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to say I agree with this statement.
Okay.
Not strongly, but I agree.
Okay. I'm going to say I disagree, but yeah, I don't know. Like,
it's close.
Barely. I don't know. I don't really know. Okay. Next one is because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation. I very strongly agree with this.
I also very strongly agree with this. I think in modern society, it's important that as we grow into more and more of a capitalistic society, that we should keep companies in check and make it more of a standard for them to be responsible about how they're, getting rid of things, how they're doing shipping, what they do, if they give back. And I think newer companies do better with that.
Correct.
I mean, the younger generations like having something that they feel like they're giving back, or that the company is responsible, that they can trust them. Like that relationship matters more than ever.
That's a good point. And I think it brings up the fact that you're kind of saying that as newer companies come up, maybe they can be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, because a lot of these new companies are doing this out of their own free will, not because it's required. Yeah. However, I would say overall, I don't think corporations in the masses are able to do it. They're not trusted.
It's mostly small businesses that are doing that.
No, that's actually a great point. Most of the corporations are making the problems quite worse.
I think there should be regulation for sure. Yes. I strongly agree.
Okay, next question is, quote, from each, this is a Karl Marx quote, by the way, and it says, from each according to his ability to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea. So I was kind of confused what this meant, to be completely honest. So I looked it up, and someone on Reddit described it as, if you are unable to work because of physical or mental reasons, you are provided for, but you are able to work, then you are expected to contribute. Like basically, if you're able to contribute to society, then you are expected to do so. But if you're unable to, due to physical or mental reasons, then, should you be rewarded as such? Like if you're not able to contribute, should you still be rewarded as someone who does?
I agree. I say so. Yes.
Yeah. I would say to his, especially when it says to his ability, like that's not like to his choice. If you choose to work harder, if you choose to not. So,
I agree with that.
I would agree with that as well. All right. The freer the market, the freer the people.
I disagree with that. I think the freer the market, the more chances for corporations take advantage of the people, which makes us less free in a way.
That's a really interesting way. Yeah. I mean, I would say I'm definitely like in the middle, because I would say that we need, to some degree, like a way to, again, live a capitalist society, but also if you're having a completely free market, does that actually really help everyone else? Like the generalized population?
No, it helps the corporations.
It helps the corporations at the end of the day. So, yeah.
Less regulation on them.
I would disagree. It's a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled, branded consumer product.
I strongly agree with this.
I agree with that too, especially this specific example of bottled water. Like, and a lot of places are getting bottled water from countries that don't even have clean water themselves, like access to it. They're literally taking their water, turning it into clean water, bottling it, selling it.
Yep. Promising things to them in exchange to build their plants and stuff, and then never following up. I mean, it's a terrible industry as it is, but then just the fact that it's plastic and unneeded. It's fucking water.
True. Oh my God. So true.
Get a water bottle.
Yeah.
It's just an unneeded thing. So I think it is sad. I'm not saying all consumerism is sad.
I was about to say, yeah, because then I think that consumerism in general, there are positives to that. But as far as water, It's water.
When some people on earth can't even get it. And some people are drinking like $5 bottles of water.
Exactly. And I personally believe that
fool. You're drinking $5 bottles of water.
You heard it here. No, but I think that it's so lame that not everyone has clean drink. I feel like that should be a human right that everyone on planet Earth should have access to clean drinking water. And the fact that giant corps are taking water from places and then cleaning it and not giving it back to them, instead selling it.
Well, it would be nice as if in exchange for them taking their resources and building plants in their land, that they took care of them and made sure that they all had water and they can get access to the plant and everything. But that's not how it works.
Right.
It would be awesome if we could trust these big water corporations like Coca-Cola to take care of some of these underprivileged parts of the world where they don't even have fucking water.
Right. And meanwhile, people, like you said, are drinking $6 Fiji waters.
Wouldn't it be nice if most of these companies just started something where it's like, for every bottle sold, we donate a bottle to someone in need?
Yeah, it would be nice.
It would be nice, but that is sadly not how it is. But I strongly agree that the drinking water in a bottle is a big problem.
Same.
It's really stupid, honestly. Yeah, I think the aliens would be laughing at us.
True that. All right, next one is land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold.
That's hard.
Okay, but who owns the land then? Just the
earth owns the land.
Earth, but like, how does that work?
But the thing is, we could never have that because people would fight over it.
Yeah. So this is so hard because it's like, that'd be kind of a cool idea maybe in like some alternate universe, but in life today, to be bought and sold, I literally don't know how that would work.
Well, do you ever think about the fact that your house, like you bought it from the government technically, but who really owns it? Who owned it before them? Native Americans.
Yeah.
So it's like, should they have ever been able to just, and it's not like they paid them for it.
No, they certainly
stole
did not.
It.
They absolutely brutally attacked and stole. Yeah.
So I don't know. This is a really hard question because at the same time, yes, we do need to be able to like divvy up land, and I don't want someone to come on my property and be like, this is mine now. Yeah, let me just build a tent.
Aside. I'm gonna move in. Totally.
So that's a hard question. I guess I'll have to say disagree because I think it should not just generally be ruled out.
Yeah, I would agree with that. All right, next one is, it is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society.
Strongly agree.
Yes.
Not all people with fortunes are like that, but a lot of them are.
Yeah.
And I think that is regrettable.
Yeah, I would agree. Especially like the first thing that's making me think of is like people who are just like giant investors or those who work the stock market for a living. Like, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with you if you're doing that, but I feel like the argument could be made like you're literally just making money off of like gambling essentially. That's kind of how Ben from Podlogical explained it, and I was like, that's a really interesting way of thinking about it.
True. They're just sitting there all
so
that is true.
I would I'm gonna agree on that for sure.
Strongly or just agree?
I think just because at the same time I'm over here saying there's nothing wrong with like if you want to be an investor or just working in the stock market, I mean like or like a trader, whatever. I mean, who's to say you can't do that?
Well, yeah, but is it regrettable that they can then take that and not use their wealth? Like what they're basically asking, is it regrettable that the top 1% of the richest people barely give back to society and it just is hoarded by them?
Yeah. No, that's, I would probably strongly agree. Yeah. All right. So the next question is, protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade, which I think they're meaning that there needs to be like laws and such in place when it comes to, foreign trade and stuff for safety reasons or many other reasons.
I would strongly agree with that.
Yeah, I would definitely. I'm going to go with agree because I think to a certain extent, like overprotecting is, then it can get kind of fishy, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the trade world to really say.
Same. Yeah.
I guess maybe I'm going to still keep strongly agree because that was my gut reaction. But
all right, cool. Next one is, the only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders.
I completely disagree with this. Strongly disagree. I think that they should, I know that's not how it works, but I believe that it should also be their responsibility to give back, make customers happy, not just turn a profit at the end of the day. I know that's probably their top motive, but I do not think that's their only social responsibility.
Yeah, I would completely strongly disagree as well, especially how it says only responsibility. All right. The rich are too highly taxed.
Strongly disagree. I know that one will be spicy though.
Yeah, but also I feel like this is hard because so many people don't really pay the full amount that they like theoretically should be paying through like loopholes and like, you know, putting their money in like other parts of the world. And so I feel so like, would it be different if everyone who was supposed to pay X amount did pay X amount and there was no ifs, ands, or buts? Like, I don't know, maybe the world would look a little bit different, but I think
maybe they would be considered too highly taxed at that point. If they actually paid them.
Right. But as of now, I definitely don't think they're too highly taxed.
No, I don't either. But I know people disagree. Share your opinions below. That's what makes the world great. So we all have different opinions.
Right. All right. Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. I personally strongly disagree with that.
I strongly disagree with it too. Or I guess I disagree to an extent, because I do think that if you really want to have, like, if you have some type of rare disorder and you want to go to like the top-notch doctor, that you should be able to do that if you have the money for it. But I also believe that everyone should have access to that. I just think medical care should be top-notch for everybody.
Yeah.
So
I think this is, as far as like standards of medical care, I think that, you know, having like a title or a specific type of training, like anyone should have access to that.
That's true. I agree with that.
Because I don't know, if if Kim Kardashian wants access to the best doctor to treat X, Y, and Z, I honestly believe that anyone should have that. Like, why does her life matter more than someone else's?
Actually, yeah, when you put it that way, I do strongly disagree with this statement then. Yeah.
A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals to create monopolies.
Strongly agree.
I would agree with that as well, for sure.
All right, next page. What do we got next? Oh, personal social values.
Hey.
Let's dive in.
All right.
This one's going to be spicy.
Yep, spicy. Abortion, when the woman's life is not threatened, should always be illegal.
Strongly disagree.
Strongly disagreeing on that. Moving on. All authority should be questioned. Ooh.
All authority.
That's
hard. Because I don't trust a lot of government.
I am going to strongly agree that I think that there should be no one on earth that's not like put in place at all. Like, I think everyone needs to have checks and balances on their asses. Yeah. But like, for real, is there any person that should be like, I am the almighty, don't question me ever?
But let's say you get pulled over by a police officer. Are you going to start questioning them? Are you going to start being like, well, I don't think I was speeding?
Well, maybe.
Well, I guess you couldn't go to court for that, right?
Yeah. But in like, that's like very circumstantial, but overall, like, should we question the police?
Yes. Yeah, I do. Yeah, we should question all authority. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm saying like in all situations, maybe you wouldn't question every single thing.
Exactly.
But you should question every single person. Don't trust anybody in this world is the main
damn person.
Yes. Strongly agree.
All right. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.
I disagree with this.
I disagree too. I do.
I think in some cases.
Yeah.
But not in all.
But definitely not in all. No. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. So basically, should taxpayers have to like fund the arts, I guess you could describe, which I would disagree. I think that there is very important, aspects of having the theater and the museums, and I would like I would like to have our museums and theaters running and things that are, ancient artifacts kept and preserved in a correct way, even though, commercial, basis and money may not be able to support them. Like, I think that it should be the taxpayers' responsibility, because a lot of the stuff that we have in museums is like ancient stuff from our earth. And I think that it's our responsibility to keep that preserved. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. I didn't even think about it that way, as far as just preserving. That's a good point. As far as just having museums for the public, I think that it should be free and available for everyone. Not every museum, obviously, but I think it's wonderful that you can go, especially to Washington, D.C. That was such a wonderful experience. Me and my dad went, and
You can just go to all the museums for free. There's so many free things to do there and learn. And, you know, I think that's really awesome for people who don't have access to maybe education or are new to the country and want to learn. Why wouldn't we have a space for that? So I think taxpayers should be responsible for that and that they should remain free, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Theaters, I think that there should be, theaters, that's interesting because I feel like in most theaters you pay to get in. It's not really free.
Well,
like
you
a museum.
pay for a lot of museums too.
Yeah, you do.
But
there's a lot of public ones.
I think a lot of it, because I don't think a lot of taxes go to the like I don't think enough goes to like keep up with like the arts in general.
I agree.
And so I think that even though yes, like our taxes do help some, obviously we still have to pay because I don't think they're being helped enough.
Okay. I strongly disagree.
Yeah. Next one is schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory.
So mandatory.
Yeah. Ooh. See, this is hard because I do believe that students, you know, learn differently and that traditional school isn't for everyone and that in some cases there needs to be times when children can drop out. However, it's not so much the kids that I'm worried about, it's the parents. Like, I don't want like terrible parents to be like, yeah, it's fine, you don't need to go to school because it's like whatever, and like that's not fair to the kid because they're not old enough to make that decision on their own. So I do feel like there needs to be some type of, you know, some way to make sure that kids are getting at least a fair opportunity to go to school, even if their parents or home life is not supporting it.
So that the parent has to prove if they're going to find education elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So that would be like up until a certain age. Because do you think that someone should be able to drop out if they're 17 or 18?
100%. 100%. I think once, you know, someone is able to make that decision for themselves, but again, that's it's like it completely means something different for everyone. Right. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think everyone should have to go to a public school or anything like that.
Definitely not.
You know, they just should have to. I think you have to supply your kids with education. I think it's almost abusive to not give them the opportunity. I think it is abusive.
All right. Next question is, all people have their rights, but it is better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind.
Strongly disagree.
Strongly disagree.
Imagine being a type of person that even says like, someone is keep to your own kind.
Ew.
Own kind.
Your own kind. All right. Next one is, good parents sometimes have to spank their children. I strongly disagree on this one personally, but I want to hear what you have to say.
Well, okay. This is such a hard question because I personally will not spank my children. I was personally not spanked. However, I don't think spanking necessarily makes you a bad parent.
No, does it ask that?
Yeah, it says good parents sometimes have to spank their children. So you could be a good parent and still sometimes spank your children is what I'm saying.
Right, but
like I knew of parents that did, like my neighbors were spanked so much, and they were still good parents. They weren't bad parents.
Do good parents have to spank their children?
No, I don't think you ever have to spank or hit. So
you're saying that you can be a good parent and still practice spanking your child.
Yeah,
but doesn't necessarily
as long as
mean
it's not hitting or beating your child. You know, I would never spank at all. I will never hit my kid or in any way. But like I said, I've known people that do that, and they weren't bad parents. So it's kind of a hard question because I know I will never do that. Yeah, and I don't think you ever have to.
Yeah, you certainly don't. I mean, I'm coming at this more from my educational background. There's been a lot of, research done about is spanking, useful? Does it work? Does it hurt more than does it work? And so
I don't think it works.
From most of the research that I've come across, it does much more harm than it does good. Not saying that every single person who is spanked is now a trauma victim. Not saying that, but I think that overall, most of the time it's not an effective tool, at least from what I've researched. And that's the conclusion that I've come to. So
I agree with that.
And from my background, I was not spanked. And I have no intention of doing that.
I mean, actually, I wasn't spanked on a regular basis, but I have been spanked at least 3 or 4 times when I really did something bad. My mom did one time bare butt spanked me because I hit this neighbor kid.
And is your mom a bad
No, my mom's wonderful. And my dad has spanked me. Right. I know he has. Yeah. So
no, John has been spanked as a kid, and I would say his parents are great parents. So I
just won't do that personally. And I don't think it's a good method. I think the best method for kids is to take their shit away.
Yeah.
Take anything you can.
Yeah. Take your
anything
shit away.
They like, take it away.
I agree.
That's what my parenting move's going to be.
I agree. Take it away. All right, next one.
So what do I do though?
Oh,
I don't know whether to strongly disagree or agree.
You gotta pick.
There's no neutral.
There is no neutral.
I guess I'm going to say disagree because I don't think you ever have to spank your child. And because of the way that is worded, I'm going to disagree.
They totally...
they want to get you.
Yeah, they word these on purpose to make you kind of annoyed. All right. It's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents.
Strongly agree.
Yes, absolutely. Now, obviously, again... we can pick this apart and be like, secrets aren't... I think that there's something to be said about parents being too uninvolved in their kids, to the fact that where they're they have a whole different life that they don't know about. Mm-hmm. But I think it's very natural for kids
it's natural
to have secrets.
Yeah.
Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense.
Strongly agree.
Strongly agree.
We all know how we feel about that.
And we love Colorado for being the first to do it.
Yes. Love our state.
All right, next. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs.
That's hard because that is a big point of school, right? To help you get a job.
This one's hard because I feel like back in the day, you were told, go to college, you're guaranteed a job. And I know it's not talking about just college, but I'm kind of talking about school in general. High school and college are meant to prepare you to go out into the real world and find a job. If you go to those, you're mostly guaranteed to have a good job, right? That's not the case anymore, though. No. I mean, I know so many people with college degrees that, myself included, that after they graduated, they were trying to apply to jobs, and people were like, oh, you have a bachelor's? I don't care. You need experience. Oh, you need this. Oh, you need that. And so I feel like, are we even doing a really good job of preparing our students for jobs? I don't know. I think that part of it should be required to help prepare students for jobs. However, I think another thing that should be required is to, teach people practical life lessons. I think that should be a big part of schooling that it's not.
Yeah, even things like taxes.
Yeah, right.
I never learned anything about that.
How do you buy a house? How does a car loan work? There's so many things that when you grow up, you're like, how does healthcare work? I mean, I'm still trying to figure that out, people. Okay.
It's confusing.
It's hard.
There's a lot of things I wish that I learned in school. And I feel like I was learning different things that I wasted my time on. But I do think at the end of the day, this statement says the prime function of schooling should be to equip the future. I don't think that should be the only function, but I think it probably should be the prime, right?
I would probably agree with that.
We do want people to get jobs, be able to take care of themselves. So I'm going to say strongly agree.
I would agree with that. And I think that we could be doing a lot better job of that.
Yeah.
Next, people with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce.
Whoa.
The fact that this is coming out of my mouth makes me want to throw up. I can't even speak without stuttering.
I know. I strongly disagree
disagree. And yeah, that's a really tough subject. I'm sure for folks who actually have to work through that on a daily basis and know that there's a possibility that maybe they could have a child that has a severe, health issue of some sort.
At the end of the day, it's your choice.
At the end of the day, it's absolutely your choice. Oh my God. Okay. The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline. Disagree.
I don't think that's the most important thing.
No, definitely not the most important. Next one. There is no savage and civilized peoples. There are only different cultures. This one's really hard because I feel like there are many, obviously different cultures practice vastly different things, and there's a very important need to respect that and understand different cultures and why people do different things. However, I feel like there's got to be some type of moral ground in the sense of is a culture that says, oh, it's in my culture to run around killing everyone who is, doesn't look exactly like me. Sorry, that's my culture. That I don't think should be allowed, right? I'm not saying that there's a culture that does that. I'm just giving an extreme example. Can you just be oh, well, that's their culture. They hate everyone who is doesn't look like them. They hate everyone who has brown skin. They hate everyone who is a female. They're, like they want to kill all females. Let's say it's part of their culture. It's part of their.
Or I think a good example, if this is what the question is even asking, but a good example would be castration. I think that is done in a lot of cultures.
Right.
Female castration, male castration, right. Terrible torture.
Torture. Right. That's a great example.
So, but I don't know if this is what the question's asking. There are no savage and civilized people. So is it, would I consider it savage to mutilate someone's genitals?
Exactly. Or is it just a different culture? Are they still civilized? They're just different culture.
Well, this is hard because yes, it is their culture.
Right.
It is a different culture, but I do also think it's wrong.
And I think that.
But is that what this question is even asking?
I think so. I'm pretty sure
I don't know how to exactly answer this.
That's how I'm taking it is, and I don't want to quite overthink it. There are no savage or civilized people. So there's not really like a right and a wrong in a society. It's just different cultures. I disagree. I would disagree with that to an extent. All right. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support. This is worded in the way that, the idea of those who are able to but refuse to should not expect society's support. I semi-agree with that.
I agree with that, yeah. If they are able to and have the opportunity to.
And just refuse to. All right. When you are troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things.
I strongly disagree, although I do that a lot.
Yeah.
But same. I know it's bad.
Same. I think we all do that.
Because that's, then you're just storing your trauma deep down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that can make way more detrimental effects down the line.
It's kind of a weird question for a political compass quiz.
It is. Some of these are a lot more personal. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. First generation immigrants can never fully be integrated within their new country. I'm going to strongly disagree with that. All right, next. What's good for the most successful corporations is always ultimately good for us all.
Strongly disagree.
Strongly disagree. No broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding.
I disagree.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with that as well. Yep. All right, next page here.
Now we're doing how you see the wider society.
Yes. All right. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism. So this kind of reminds me of it kind of puts me in 9/11 is were our own civil rights being taken or messed with due to counterterrorism.
So is an example of this not being able to bring more than 3 ounces of liquid on a plane?
I think that's kind of what they're poking at. Yeah.
I don't think it's excessive. I think it's safe and smart.
Yeah.
So I disagree with this.
I would disagree as well. All right, next. A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. All of the delay, what we're dealing with now. Although I would love to have no delay, I think that would be very terrible to have a one-party state.
I agree.
So I'm going to strongly disagree.
I strongly disagree as well.
All right. Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. That's the classic, if you're not hiding anything, then it should be fine. Right?
Yeah. Which I always tell myself that
Same.
to make myself feel better about stuff well, I don't have anything to hide, so who cares if the government's spying on me? But no, we definitely have stuff to be worried about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I strongly disagree with that.
I think I'm going to only disagree with that because I don't know. I feel like we do need to be worried, but only to an extent because, if you're not doing anything wrong. But at the same time, if there's no limit to then so then what? Are they just going to literally live in our house and watch us live our lives?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's why I don't know. I strongly disagree.
All right. The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes.
I strongly agree. But I know this is a super highly debated topic.
It is.
Me and Janelle go back and forth on this all the time because we think it's an interesting topic to debate.
Yeah, we do.
And I can't figure out what I think.
I can't figure out. If you're asking me right off the bat, I would say I'm against the death penalty for reasons that if you look into the death penalty, it costs far much more money and resources and time to actually execute someone than it does to keep them in jail, which I know a lot of people have the argument of like, why am I paying for them to sit in jail for the rest of their life? Which I mean, I agree with. Like,
that was my argument for a long time.
The biggest, like the most disgusting humans on earth, why should they, you know, why do I have to pay for their meals? However, it actually ends up costing quite a bit much more to give the death penalty. So that's not even on like a moral standpoint. Morally, I don't know, because sometimes it's like, is dying a cop-out and you don't have to sit in your cell forever?
I think it completely depends on how the individual sees it, because I just talked about John Wayne Gacy this week on my channel, and John Wayne Gacy said at the end of his life that if he was going to be spending the rest of his life in jail anyway, that he would rather be put to death. And I think a lot of people would agree with that. That's how I personally would feel. I would not want to live my whole life in a jail cell. That's not really a life at all. So I think you're almost giving them what they want.
Yeah.
But then that may not be what they want. Maybe they do want to stay alive. And I just want them to have whatever they don't want because
that's a good point.
I think there needs to be, you know, a punishment that actually hurts them in the biggest way, especially for the worst of the worst. And sometimes I think they are afraid of dying.
Yeah.
And I do think the death penalty is justified.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, maybe it would be better for them to sit there and think about it forever and have to sit in it every day versus just be put out.
Right. Yeah, I know.
It's hard.
The question says should be an option. And as much as I'm usually against the death penalty, I am going to say I think it should be an option. However, it should be an option that is much easier to get to at the end. Like not easier as in let's give more people the death penalty, but like if you're sentenced that, why does it take 20 years before you're actually given the death penalty?
Because they want to give people the opportunity to appeal it. And
I know.
I mean, it takes,
But it's like, God, that's a lot of money, time, and heartbreak for a lot of people involved. So I don't know.
I just think that in the most serious times that it should always be an option. I think it should always be an option. I wouldn't want to have it become not an option at all.
Yeah. You know what? I think that's a good point. I'm going to go ahead and agree. All right. In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded.
This is really hard because I wish it wasn't this way, but I kind of agree.
I know.
Because people just act a fool, you know?
Act a fool! And I think there definitely needs to be, some laws and regulations. I don't know.
I'd have to say agree.
I wish there was a neutral. That's so annoying. One must always have people above to be obeyed and people. I don't see, this is hard because I've never seen anything else. Like I've never lived through a society that's not like this.
Yeah, I can't even picture what that would be like.
I have no
Could
idea.
it even exist?
I don't know. I literally don't know. Probably not with the people that live on this earth now. Not with all of us. We can't agree on anything. All right. Next up, abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all.
Strongly disagree. Some of my favorite art is abstract.
I agree. Yeah. In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. I definitely disagree with that.
I'm going to say in general, I disagree. I think in some cases, punishment is more important than rehabilitation. In some cases, like the worst of the worst. However, the majority of people in the criminal justice system are low-level offenders. Yeah. And I think rehab is more important than punishment.
Yeah, I'm going to do disagree.
So I'm going to say disagree, but not strongly.
Same. All right. It is a waste of time to try and rehabilitate some criminals.
Oh, we were just talking about that.
That's hard. It's a waste of time. That sounds just like brutal.
I think it is. I don't think it's brutal. I think there's some people that are so like beyond. Like, do you think John Wayne Gacy could be rehabbed? Like, why even try? You know, after killing 26 people. I
almost feel like I shouldn't even be allowed to really speak on this because I've never even experienced something that's close. Like I've never been able to like personally put a connection to that. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't imagine what it would be like to be an actual victim of John Wayne Gacy or like a parent of someone's victim. You know what I mean?
Totally. And okay, so I'm going to rephrase this a little bit. The question actually says it's a waste of time to rehabilitate them. Maybe it's not does that mean can it be done?
That's such
Do
a
they
point.
Deserve it though? I don't think some people deserve to be rehabilitated or even have a chance to because I think what they've done is too terrible.
Like you're just saying whether or not they could be rehabilitated, they don't deserve a chance because they fucked up so terribly that like they don't. Okay.
I think some people just don't even deserve the chance, but is it a waste of time? Can it be done? Can the worst of the worst be rehabilitated? I feel like you have a better idea. You
I
think
would
so?
say
Like with a lot of time?
I think, yeah, with a lot of time and a lot of work. I believe wholeheartedly in like mental health work. I really do. Like it works miracles on people. This shit works. And I don't know. I think that
what would be the point of someone like him? You know, I'd rehab him just for him to sit in jail. He's never getting out.
I completely understand. That's the thing is like, I totally understand the other argument. And if I was in a more personal position, I could easily see how my argument would be like, fuck you. You don't deserve jack shit of a second chance. It's hard. I wish I could say neutral. It is a waste of time to try and rehabilitate some criminals. I'm going to disagree.
I'm going to agree. Haha, spicy. Our first disagreement.
Disagreement. All right. The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist.
I strongly disagree with this.
Same. Me too. Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be a homemaker.
Strongly agree. Just kidding. Strongly disagree.
Same. All right. Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the planet. Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries.
Yes.
Yes.
I strongly agree with
that. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity.
I strongly disagree with this.
I'm just going to slightly disagree. I'm just going to disagree.
Okay.
I think. All right. Next page. 5 out of 6. So this one was like, all right, if you got through that, okay, you'll find these propositions of religion. A breeze. Let's get into it.
Oh, religion.
Astrology accurately explains many things.
Ooh, I know so many people will disagree. That's fine. You know what's crazy is when people get offended that we believe in this or think we're stupid.
I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. It's like an art almost to me, like a language.
And it's thousands of years old.
Yeah.
It's so disrespectful to be like, it's a bunch of bullshit.
I'm like,
okay, all right.
It's been studied for a long time.
And if you actually look into it, it does explain a lot of things accurately. But I know some people are going to say it's just bullshit, and that's fine if you disagree. But I strongly agree with that statement.
I'm going to agree. All right. You cannot be moral without being religious. What?
Strongly disagree.
Strongly disagree. Jeez, I think I have morals. All right. Charity is better than Social Security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged. I feel like that would be a nice idea, but I think that Social Security is... I think they're saying,
are they getting enough through Social Security versus charities are doing even more?
It's better than Social Security as a means of helping genuinely... But I think a lot of people who are against Social Security and that type of stuff are making the argument that we have charities for that reason. We have charities to help these people who are disadvantaged. They don't need government.
Well, that would be nice if everyone donated a decent amount to charities, but not enough people do to make that work.
Exactly. So I'm going to disagree.
I'm going to disagree as well.
Some people are naturally unlucky. I'm going to agree with that.
I agree with that as well.
It is important that my child's schools instills religious value.
Strongly disagree.
Me too.
It's important to me that they don't.
Yeah, I agree. Not saying that you can't have options of schools that do that, but
should
not be required. All right. Finally, look at sex.
Yeah.
Sex.
The woohoo.
The woohoo. Woohoo. Sex outside marriage is usually immoral.
Strongly disagree. Gotta test drive the car.
Hell yeah. Test drive the car. Take it on the highway.
Hell yeah.
A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption.
Strongly agree.
Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal for the adult population.
Yeah, strongly agree.
You can watch whatever you want, I guess, as long as we're all consenting here. What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is none of the state's business.
Strongly agree with that.
Strongly agree. No one can feel naturally homosexual.
Strongly disagree. Just
Cringe.
Look into science.
These days, openness about sex has gone too far.
Strongly
disagree. I think it's awesome that we're finally talking about something so normal.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, that's it. Ready for your results?
Yeah.
I'm excited. Let's see where we stand.
So Hitler is really close to the authoritarian fascist side. A little more towards the medium center. He's like a libertarian, more politically?
Yeah, the two sides. Left is communism, and then right is neolibertarianism.
So he falls more to neoliberalism, but not hugely.
Yeah,
He's
not by
almost
much.
in the middle.
Almost right in the middle.
Gandhi is obviously on the left side, communism.
And on the bottom half. So he
libertarian.
Falls in like the third quadrant. So they also provide this little map that gives you a bunch of people who are more, relative than Hitler and Gandhi in today's age. And so we'll put it up on the screen. You can kind of see where different political figures lay. So
I thought it was really interesting that Obama falls on the right side.
Yeah.
A little bit. Closer to libertarian.
Yes.
And a little more authoritarian. Like he's in the same box as Hitler. He's with Bush, Hitler, Trump.
He's, yeah.
Reagan.
He is. And let's see. Washington, Jefferson, they're on the bottom right side. And let's see. This is kind of interesting. Bernie Sanders. Pretty far left. Bernie Sanders is pretty far left. And he's like right in the middle as far as authoritarian and libertarian. I think he's probably, I would say like any other politician who was like had a pretty like fair chance of becoming president. I would say it's like if he were to have become president, that would have been like pretty big. I think one of the first ones to have gone that far left.
He would have been the most left leaning. And again, this is a world scale because Trump and Bush are very close. Obama, Trump, Bush, they're all pretty close together,
right?
Chilling. So obviously they're very different on a American political scale. So keep that in mind.
Absolutely.
Okay, so where are we? Where'd you fall?
Okay, so I fell. I'll put it up on the screen right on the bottom left. Here, I'll let you see here. I'm kind of...
We're in the same spot.
Are we actually in the exact same spot?
I think yours is a little more down.
Oh my goodness, that is funny. You guys, we're almost on the exact same one, but we're both on the green quadrant if you're looking at it. And it's
6 up. Are you 5 up or 6 up?
I'm 5 up.
So we're like 1 off each other.
Wow, that's amazing. That's so funny. So I would say that we are both pretty libertarian and both quite left as far as this compass goes.
So who would we be on par with?
Yeah, this is interesting. So we're kind of hanging with Mandela.
Hell yeah, Mandela.
Hell yeah, Nelson. And we're close to Gandhi.
Well, let us know where you guys fall if you take this test.
Yeah, this is going to be, I think, a really good episode for comments wise. Again, please be respectful, but I'm very curious because this is quite interesting. And again, I don't think it's really, I like how it's not being like, you are a Democrat, you are a Republican, you are part of it. Like it's just kind of throwing you on a grid and kind of showing you where other
your beliefs are versus labeling you as something.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. We thought it was really interesting. I'm glad we took that. We were kind of hesitant. So we're like, I don't know, is this too much? But I think
some people hate when we talk about politics.
Yeah, well, I think you guys can handle it.
We really didn't talk about politics. We really
didn't talk about politics though.
And we never have, to clarify. Yeah. We were getting a bunch of comments on a recent episode saying that we were getting political.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about race. And I just want to clarify that talking about race is in no way political.
And if it is to you, then that's awkward.
Educate
that's all I'm
yourself.
Gonna say. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say. I don't have any tolerance for that whatsoever. So
I agree. I strongly agree. But that is it for us. Make sure you guys vote. Please vote if it is not already happened yet.
Yes, please vote. I'll leave a link below in case for some reason you're not sure where to drop it off, where to vote, what to do, if you can still mail it in, if you can still register, all that good shit. It depends on your state.
Yeah, and we won't see you guys. Actually, we're taking next week off. So we won't be back with a new episode until November 15th because we are missing a week. I'm having some very minor gum surgery next week. And I'm going to have brown stitches in my mouth.
Hell yeah.
They have no other color but brown.
That's really like so not cute.
Can't you have white or clear?
White.
Something
pink.
That looks like teeth? I don't know. Yeah, anything. I would have taken yellow over brown.
Tie-dye, anything.
So I'm going to be off camera for a few days. I need a good little break anyway. So this will be good for me. And you too. It's been a tough month with Halloween. It's always a battle. October's our busiest month of the year.
Yeah, October makes me want to cry a little bit, but it's fine. We're getting through it and it's awesome. No, but these episodes were really fun to film for our sesh and stuff. So I enjoyed it a lot.
We love doing this sesh. This is both of us were just saying that this is like our highlight of the week is sitting down to record this show. It's so really much fun.
Is. It's so fun. So thanks for always joining in with us, guys. We really appreciate it.
Yes. And before we go, actually, we're about to jump into a clip of us rating your pumpkins, costumes, and animal costumes.
That's right. Roll it.
Hello from the future. It is after Halloween now. It's over.
It's over.
We made it through October.
We did.
It's November now.
Sure is. And I'm pretty happy about it, to be honest, because I really want Christmas to start. So
yeah, Janelle's a big Christmas fan.
Yes.
Not as much into the Halloween stuff as I am.
No, it is officially the most wonderful time of the year. Okay.
It starts right now for you?
It's right fucking now.
I feel like it starts like 3 days before Thanksgiving is about when I start it.
I mean, that's like when it's like full swing. But this year I have like 2020 sucks. So I might as well just try and have Christmas as long as I can. Plus it's like a fact that it will actually brighten your mood and can help against, depression and such by decorating your house for Christmas.
I believe that.
Right?
Festivity is amazing.
Yeah. So I'm like, I need all the help I can get.
Yeah. Okay. Honestly, I don't judge anyone putting up their Christmas decorations early this year.
No.
Or ever. I mean, do what you want. If it makes you happy. Some people have them up all year round.
I know. I think Colleen Ballinger used to have a like dedicated room in her house that was just Christmas all year round, which I was like, that's amazing.
That's kind of nice. I think it's so because it's so connected to your childhood that it's just nostalgic and comforting.
Yes.
Exactly. There's like so many memories associated with it.
Yeah. Very comforting.
But anyway, the reason that we are here today doing a little add-on to this podcast is because we did a little contest for Halloween that many of you entered, and we wanted to see your pet costumes, your costumes, and your best pumpkin carvings. So we have a ton of submissions. They were all submitted on social media, either Twitter or Instagram, which our handle is at @the_Sesh Podcast. And we used hashtag spooky sesh, and a bunch of you guys sent in your costumes. It's going to be really hard to narrow this down.
Yeah, it is.
But we're going to try right now.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. We have a guinea pig in a costume, guys. Guinea pig in a costume alert.
Alert.
His name is Bugsy.
Bugsy the guinea pig in a costume?
Yes, he's very cute. He is dressed up as a pumpkin.
Oh my God, he's so cute. That's one of my favorite ones. He's so cute, this little hat. Are you kidding me?
That is pretty fucking cute.
And I need to know, whoever owns Bugsy, did you make this costume for him? Or if not, how did you find such a tiny little costume?
I know.
So cute.
So cute. Maybe it's on Etsy.
I was just about to say, I'm sure someone makes like Etsy costumes for little like gerbils.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I love this one. This is a pumpkin. Yeah. This is an Among Us themed pumpkins. Yeah. That is so smart. I love that. So you don't play Among Us yet.
No, I don't know what's going on.
You got to get on it,
I know.
dude.
I will.
It is so fucking fun.
I should get on it for sure.
It's so good. So that's what the dead bodies look like after you kill someone. Their little bone sticks out.
That looks such a, like, it's so clean, they're carving. Yeah. I'm jealous of how clean the lines are. Excellent work, people.
Really, really good.
Oh my gosh. We got a pit bull here. So freaking precious. I think there's actually, is it the same pit bull?
Is it multiple dogs or multiple costumes?
Oh my gosh. I think it's multiple costumes.
No, it's multiple dogs. Fiji and Gabbana.
Oh my goodness. Fiji and Gabbana are so cute. They're dressed like...
one's a unicorn.
Yeah. And one's a pumpkin.
That is cute.
They're so adorable.
They have the sweetest faces, those dogs.
Adorable faces.
They just look like they're made of velvet, too.
They do.
They're so cute.
Cute little babies.
Our dogs didn't get costumes this year because Janelle and I were too cheap.
Yeah. Well, half our dogs like hate costumes, you guys, and refuse to wear them.
So it's like a 3-second thing, especially this one. Sadie, she will not move at all if there's a costume on her. So it felt like a waste of money. They're so expensive.
They're really expensive.
We've got a lot of dogs up in here.
Exactly. You know? It'd be one thing if we had like 1 or 2 dogs. We'd have to commit for all, 7 dogs.
That's a lot.
Not possible.
So we skipped it this year, but we have done some good ones in the past. Oh, we got a Carol Baskin and Joe Exotic costume here.
Yes, that is amazing.
Pretty good. I've got to say, the Carol Baskin costume is a little hard if you can't get your hands on like the Party City one that I did, which I hated that shirt anyway. It was like, you know that shitty costume material? There's like no stretch. It was so rough to wear in my boobs. Like, you guys have no idea. I was like suffocated. My boobies were very, very sad in that. But I like what you did here. It looks like you did like a handmade type costume. But I like it better than the one I got from Party City, honestly.
Yeah, I've actually seen like a few people do the Party City ones, and I'm like, wow, that's not even original anymore.
It's really not. The best costumes are the ones you make yourself, or when you go to the thrift store and find like random pieces, which Janelle and I did try for that, but we didn't have so much luck.
No. So we also have another human costume by username Sage. She's really active on Twitter. And you guys, she got married yesterday on Halloween. And the pictures are hilarious. They're dressed up with those like scream masks. Are those what those are?
Yes.
And they have like black capes on. And like some of them are like low key, like semi-sexual. And it's so funny. Semi.
They're fully sexual. Oh, I like how he's doing the rock star. Oh, like the rock on symbol. Hang loose, whatever that is.
Yeah.
That's
oh my
so
gosh.
funny.
These are awesome. That is so creative. Congratulations to you guys.
Yes. Congratulations to creepy cuties.
All right. Next up, we have a cat that literally is dressed in like, what is this? Spacesuit?
Yes.
Amazing.
That's so good.
So funny.
Its eyes match really well.
Yeah. Amazing. Good.
What a beautiful cat.
And then look at these little guys.
Oh my gosh. We have a bulldog as a teddy bear.
So cute. And then like I think a lab as a bear as well, and they're just adorable. Their faces. Cute. You guys, the fact that you sent so many of these in really makes me happy.
Me too. Whoa.
Yeah. This one is wild. The makeup on this is phenomenal. I'm impressed.
People that know how to do this type of makeup, like effects makeup, I'm so jealous of.
So jealous.
So talented.
Absolutely.
That is incredible.
There is a doggo here that is dressed like a little elf, and he's so cute.
He's very cute. Oh my gosh. We might have to get elf costumes for all our dogs.
We might have to. There's
a lion,
Mr.
man.
Puppy's very handsome lion. So cute. You guys, someone did the chipmunks, which are
oh my gosh, that's
funny.
good.
I love it.
I love it with the masks on too.
Yeah, totally.
Hell yeah.
So cute.
That's good. I like that. I haven't seen that before, honestly. Creative.
Neither have I. Ooh, that's...
Yeah, that's... Oh, whoa.
Okay, someone made a...
That's amazing.
Cannabis smoking device, if you will, out of a pumpkin, and it is so cool.
Love that. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. I guess we said pumpkin carving, but we can just do pumpkin in general.
Yeah.
Creative pumpkin art.
Totally. All right, we got a group of friends that dressed up as like Little Red Riding Hood, the whole shebang.
Yeah. The whole shebang.
Pretty iconic.
Love it. Classic.
All right, so the next one is a cat. I think it's the same cat. Is it? No, it's...
Whoa.
I think it's a person with a few different cats, but they're like some seriously creepy costumes.
Wow, some really good costumes. Yeah. These are intense for cat costumes. I know. Wait, let me get a good look at this. Wow, we got the whole cat's ribs exposed here.
Seriously.
Glad no cats were harmed in the making of this. Just kidding. Oh my gosh, this one is intense. It's like a gothic kitty.
So cute. Look at this pig ghost.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing.
Are you kidding me?
I don't think that's a pig. That is a pig.
Yeah.
I thought it was a horse for a second.
Look at him.
That is the cutest thing. Oh, I love him. And they put their dog in it too.
Oh my God.
The dogs look good too.
So cute.
Very good. Classic sheet, like the Charlie Brown Halloween look. Love it. Oh my gosh. We have a baby pumpkin.
Little baby pumpkin.
Any baby in a pumpkin is a winning pumpkin. Is a winning baby, I mean.
I agree. Oh my gosh. Space dog.
Oh my gosh, this is good. I like how you edited the photos too.
Space dog.
That almost looks like the costume that the cat was wearing earlier. I think it is.
It does look very similar.
I think it's the same costume.
I'm sure there's like a pet costume out there like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I like that. Maybe we need to do that for the dogs next year and like get their photos made on the moon.
Yes.
Pups on the moon.
Pups on the moon. Oh my God. Look at this bearded dragon.
I can't see anything.
The bearded dragon is nachos.
My gosh. That is amazing.
That is amazing.
That is really creative. He looks like one of the chips.
He literally does.
That's pretty good. I like that.
What a fun costume.
That is. Whoa, this one's cool.
Yeah, this one looks like a Mile Higher Lights Out skeleton. Super creative and realistic.
Yeah. Whoa, really talented. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, what is that guy?
Oh my God, that's a bunny.
A bunny? And then what's the other guy?
I don't know.
Is he a ferret or a weasel?
I think he's a weasel.
I think he looks like a little weasel.
He's so cute.
He's very cute.
He's wearing a little hat.
A weasel.
He's a wizard weasel.
I think he's a unicorn, actually. That looks like a little unicorn horn.
Looks like a wizard hat to me. He's like a wizard weasel.
Okay, well, whatever he is, he's very cute.
He's adorable.
Hopefully he's even a weasel.
Yeah, sorry if he's not. I think he is, though. Oh, hell. That one's sick. Smoking a J.
Yeah. Oh, nice. That's a nice touch.
That's a great
I like
one.
that. It's
Love
an alien smoking a joint if you're listening.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this one is so cute. It's a little white dog in a cowboy outfit. It reminds me of one of my dogs.
I was going to say, he kind of looks like Maggie.
Yeah, it's so cute.
That's cute. I love the ones where they look like they're walking around.
I know.
Those are so funny.
Cute. Oh, and there's a pug, I believe, in a shark outfit.
Oh, I like that.
So cute.
He looks scared.
Someone was the floating shopping list from a SpongeBob episode. I don't know if you remember that.
I do.
Doodle Bob.
That's
so funny.
That's really smart.
Oh my gosh, look at this little baby. It's a peacock baby.
That is cute.
So cute.
Oh, I can't wait to have a baby just to dress it up, man.
That's why people have kids.
Yeah, that's the main reason why.
I know, it's so
Number
cute.
one. Top reason people have kids in America, to dress them up.
Whoa, look at this pumpkin.
Wow.
It's like a clown face.
That's a carving?
Yeah.
That's incredible. No, that's not just a clown face. That's it, right?
Oh, that's
Pennywise.
it, the clown? Oh,
Or
sorry.
Pennywise the clown.
I don't know. I've never seen it, but
It's all
yeah.
the same thing, right? I've never seen that. Too scary for me.
It's very cool looking.
That's really good. Very talented.
Oh my God, someone's Post Malone.
Oh, that is good.
That is some good shit.
I like it. You did pretty good on the tattoos.
Very, very good. Always
Definitely picking up the vibe.
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
I think you wore that well.
This is a really cool Pennywise. Is this Pennywise?
Yeah, that's Pennywise too. Wow.
It's a little kid in like a forest.
That's incredible.
Really, really cool picture.
Yeah, that was smart to go out and take him out in the forest like that.
Mm-hmm.
That looks so creepy.
It does. I couldn't imagine actually coming across something like that.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Oh my God. Someone carved a balcony out of a pumpkin for their frog.
That is so cute. Oh, the frog's on the balcony.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's cute.
so
He has little stairs. It's like a fairy house for
A
the
little frog. How fun is that?
That's really good.
You guys
I like
are
that a
so
lot.
creative. Oh, look at this bunny.
Oh, bunny. He's a cute bunny.
pumpkin.
Looks like Apollo, but black and white.
Yeah, a little pumpkin bun.
Looks like a little Holland lot, maybe.
So
or a French
cute.
lot, maybe.
All right, this person did a really creepy like pinhead look.
Wow.
That looks
That
like it
looks
took
good.
a long time.
Yeah.
Really
How do you do
impressive.
that?
I know, seriously.
I wouldn't even know just where to start with some of these costumes.
Right? I know.
So much thought goes into each little line, each
Absolutely.
nail in your face.
Look at this one.
Oh, that's good too.
I'm not sure how to describe this costume, honestly, but it's like a devil witch almost. I don't know.
Devil witch.
Like her eyes look like
What's
she
the
has
captain? Bad bitch.
a bad bitch.
Oh, yeah, she's a bad bitch.
Looks really cool. Oh, this one is amazing. And I don't know if these dreadlocks are real, but if they
Wow.
are, they're so pretty. But it's like a hippie with a like skull face on. Amazing makeup. Like the makeup's really
Yeah,
good.
it is. It looks really good. I like
Impressed.
that. I like the colors.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, that's good. LaFonda. That's the best. I love that.
I love that.
That is definitely the best Napoleon Dynamite costume I've seen.
That is so funny.
I'm surprised you don't see more people do that.
Totally.
That's so good. Kip and LaFonda. Iconic duo.
The best movie ever.
Best movie ever.
Like it's so good.
So good. If you haven't seen that or you can't appreciate it, then something's wrong with you.
I agree. Oh, this little dog is a UPS driver.
Oh, that's cute. I saw that on Amazon.
So cute.
That costume is so cute.
This is a scary scarecrow.
Oh, wow. That is scary.
That is
Damn, look at that mouth.
impressive.
Lots of detail.
Hi, how are you, Sadie? What's going on? Sprout. Settle down, Sprout. This person's costume is called Plant Princess.
Oh, I love that. They've got moss
In
like
their
glued on to
hair.
the side of their
Yeah.
head.
So cool.
That's nice. I like that. Very creative.
Whoa, look at this ET face.
Wow. That's good. When people can move their eyes and their nose and make it look like a completely different face on their face, that just blows my mind.
Amazing. So cool.
Oh, we have a video of some dogs. All right, we're going to play it.
Rocks in my green
Oh my God, that is so cute. I love that.
That is really good. This one's got some astrology going on. She's got like a Taurus thing into her head.
That's cool.
Blood. I like that. Okay, I also really love this one. Look at this dog and cat duo as peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's pretty good.
Very good.
That is pretty good. All right. I think we need to narrow it down and pick our favorites of each.
I agree.
How are we going to do such a thing? It's very hard.
We'll deliberate and the judges will be back in a moment.
Yes, we'll have to go to deliberation hour. Okay, we have come to our final decision here. We have decided after much thought, and of course, thank you all for submitting.
Yeah, this was hard. You guys have some really good costumes and pumpkin carvings.
And I'm glad you guys still did stuff, even though this year is so weird. You know, we got to still have some fun.
Definitely.
So love your costumes, but drum roll, please.
All right, drum roll. Winner of the costume is, her name is Kelsey on Twitter. And she did the Mile Higher Lights Out skeleton look, which is so cool.
Yeah, that's sweet.
The detail is amazing, and that looked like it took you a long time.
Yeah, it did. I really like that.
Love it.
We love the enthusiasm.
Yeah, definitely. So also, we will DM you guys that you are winners, whether that's through Twitter or Instagram, however you submitted. And then just get us an email so that we can send you your prize.
Your Starbucks gift card, or if you want, you can just do a PayPal. You know, cash if you don't like coffee.
Yeah, for sure.
People aren't really Starbucks fans.
Yeah, but make sure you guys are checking your DMs. Just letting you know. All right, the first pet winner is by Valerie, and she submitted on Twitter the bearded dragon nacho boy, and he's literally so cute.
I love it. He's just one of the chips.
He's one of the chips. He looks great. Absolutely a winner.
Okay, and then we also had to go for what we are calling Space Dog.
Yes, and this is from Nancy. Nancy submitted her sweet little dog, and then I think photoshopped it into like space. Yeah. And he looks like he's on the moon, and I just really appreciate the effort, Nancy.
Yes.
Thank you.
I like that you tried to make him out in space. That's pretty good.
So cute. All right, and the pumpkin carving winner is from Bryson, who had their little frog out on a balcony that they carved for him. And it looks like he's in a palace or something, or a little fairy garden.
That's just so cute. Making a pumpkin as a little house for your pet
is amazing.
Bonus points with us, clearly.
Of course. Absolutely.
It was a no-brainer. Had to go with that one.
Really creative.
Guys, you submitted so many good costumes.
Yeah. If you guys want to see more, just go on to Instagram or Twitter and type in Spooky Sesh, and you guys can see for yourselves all the submissions, because there are so many. Obviously, we can't talk about them all or we'd be here all night, but they're really, really cute.
They're so good. Thanks so much for sending these in. These really made me happy. Yeah. I mean, we didn't get to see anyone's costumes in person.
No, definitely.
You know, normally there's trick-or-treaters or someone to see, but
right, exactly.
This was kind of nice.
Yeah, it was really fun to see what you guys were up to on Halloween and the days leading up. So thanks again for anyone who participated. And if we called you as a winner, just make sure that you check your DM, and that way we can get your email to send you a gift card. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this week, guys.
That is.
As a reminder, we will not be here next week. We already talked about why, but just as a little remind. So sorry, we'll miss you, but we'll be back strong
miss you
afterwards. And yeah, that is it for this week, guys. Thanks so much for joining on the sesh. We will see you on the next sesh. But until then, keep it fresh.